A Cuppa Joe Nintendo is powered by the You, Me, and Capri Patreon. We want to say thank you to our gold level patrons like Brendan Myers, James Johnson, Ryan Turford, Egg Shen, Nasty Boots and Tammy, Joel Brooks, and Jonathan Brown. Thank you everyone for all of your support.
Oh, Sean, man, what a day.
Bobby.
I really need coffee today.
Same here, man.
Oh, wow. I am like dead to the world at this moment. It is so bad right now. But, man, I don't know if you've heard of this game before.
Yeah.
Snack World.
No. No, I think I need it in my life, though.
Oh, dude, it's really
Snack
good,
World.
man.
It sounds like my actual life.
So it's not the greatest game in the world.
Yeah.
And the tutorial is a little long, and
Sure.
the punchlines are corny as hell for
Yeah.
some of the stuff. But the gist of it and what it could become, I think, is pretty fun. So it's kind of like a dungeon crawler and all this stuff. It's by Level 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was actually a 3DS game. It was one of the final 3DS games to come out, but it was a flop because 3DS was kind of done at that point. You remember that time when the 3DS was done, it was done. It was
right.
like everybody was like, "What do you mean? Why isn't this on the Switch? Why am I playing it? Why am I going back to the 3DS?" Makes no sense. Like there was that real ruckus crowd at the end that got real belligerent.
Yeah, they got what they wanted, though.
Yeah, they got what they wanted in the end. They were like, okay, we'll listen to you 3 years later. Here it is. Here's the game you wanted. But it's actually really good, man. It's a lot of fun. Art style is fantastic. I mean, Level 5 does fantastic stuff with their art style.
So you're dungeon crawling for snacks? You're just crawling around the deep dark caves looking for O. Henry bars and stuff, or what?
So, yeah, pretty much. It's the way it feels. It's the way it feels, man. It's it's strange. It's strange but good. I like it a lot. Yeah, I do. I like it. So
I've
far,
never how was this on your radar? How did you go pick it up?
Well, because Nintendo's been tweeting about it, and a lot of people have been talking about it a lot. It just came out of nowhere, if I'm being honest. It was just one of these things of oh, hey, here's this game, that we think you should check out. And a lot of the community started talking about it a lot. Just mentioning it, hey, should I get this? Should I not? And I was like, you know what? This might be a good game to get and to maybe stream a little bit. It would be better if it was one of those hey, here you go, here's the gist within 30 minutes and then go. I literally streamed it for 2 hours and I wasn't at the end of the tutorial, which is that's a bit of a problem. But
you're probably just yakking though. You're probably just on the stream, just dancing for the people.
Oh, hey, man,
got your
like
tongue sticking out or whatever.
People like when
just
I
getting
dance.
those gifts. You're just a gift generator, man. You're a GIF generator. Some people would really like that alliteration. I wouldn't.
I'm the GIF that keeps on giving.
It's not a GIF. It's not a GIF. It's not a GIF.
I'm the gift that keeps on.
You are the gift that keeps on giving. GIF generator, Bobby. Guru. You're the gift guru. That's right. There it is. Okay. Let me have a couple more sips of my coffee here while I finally get the wheels turning, man. Holy crap.
Lord.
I'm struggling. Why did we come here so early?
I don't know, man. What the heck?
I can't believe they're open. They have to open. Think about it. They have to open this place before we even get here. They've been up since probably 3:30 in the morning.
That's okay. That's their job. They get paid.
They get paid to be.
We're not getting paid to show up here today.
Just a bunch of idiots. That's true. Well, yeah, fair enough. Bobby,
money.
I'm in this weird place right now because I remember a while ago we were talking to our friend Brendan Myers, and he was asking us about how the beginning of the year, how do you convince people to keep your Switch and be excited for the beginning of 2020 because there's not really a whole lot coming out. And I feel like I'm in this weird zone of I've got the games I got for Christmas, right? And I'm just trying to get through those of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Luigi's Mansion 3, Astral Chain. There's a couple others actually, but I'm like, what should I jump into next? I am tempted by this Witcher. I am tempted by this Warface, and I've got these vouchers. I don't know if you ever bought those Nintendo vouchers. Do you still have any left?
I didn't buy them at all.
You didn't buy them at all?
No, because you know what?
Why not?
Here's my reasoning behind it.
You want to give Nintendo as much money as possible for every single game.
Well, but I really probably should have bought them.
Yeah.
But, for games like Animal Crossing and stuff that I'm buying digitally, I probably should have. But recently, a lot of the Nintendo games that I have bought have come down to the final wire.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, Luigi's Mansion wasn't a trigger pull right away.
Right.
I waited until, like, a couple days before I pulled the trigger on that one. Because I wasn't sure, am I going physical or digital? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Because here's the thing, like, Nintendo games hold their value.
Right.
So I don't mind buying digital on them. Or, I mean physical on them.
Physical. Yeah.
But when it comes to digital, like, I'm a little bit like a lot of indie games, because we've seen that, like, waiting for physical on them, they don't hold their value. They're not holding their value. You know what I mean? Like,
well, pretty much anything but Nintendo.
Yeah,
like,
Nintendo, really, like, you get a Nintendo game, you can sell that thing 2 years later, 3 years later, and you're still gonna. I mean, I can still get $40 for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I could probably get $40 for Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, if I'm being honest. Like,
actually, yeah, somehow you might get more there. Yeah, for sure.
So
so I've got these things. I've got these vouchers, right? Obviously, Animal Crossing is coming out. I've got my eye on that one for sure. And I was thinking about Dragon Quest Builders 2, because I know you like that a lot, and I liked what I saw from the demo. But here's what I want to ask you, just for a little bit of advice, because like E3 is coming up, sort of, and like, should I just hold off to see what else is coming out? Maybe maybe there's a summer game that's coming out, or should I just pull the trigger?
Here's my first question: Are the vouchers, do they expire?
They do expire in July, so I have basically up until the end of then. Until then.
If as long as what they announce at E3, they actually put it up for sale in the eShop, because that could be an issue too, where they don't put it up right away. But that's neither here nor there.
I guess my question is, like, do you like maybe foresee in your guru brain, like, because last summer was nuts, and last summer was kind of like where everything started. Yeah. Like, do you think we're gonna have another summer like that?
I don't. I think I feel like this is a down year. If I'm being honest, I feel like, now, granted, I'm happy because I'm getting Animal Crossing this year, and I'm happy that it's good. Well, maybe part of me is hoping it's going to be a down year, because I know that I'm going to drop hundreds of hours into this game, and I just know that. Like, it's not even a second guess that I know that I'm going to drop this kind of time on this game. So for me, it's not a bad thing that there's not a lot coming out right now, but I know that this game isn't for everybody. And even though I know people are going to play it, they're not going to drop hundreds of hours in like I am.
Right.
I mean, it's just not a thing. So I feel like we're kind of in a weird place, not just with Nintendo either. Like, Sony and Xbox are both have new consoles coming out, so they're not going to have a whole lot coming out right now. They're trying to hold off until the big guns come out, and then they want the deluge of games to come.
Well, that's just it, though. Like, I think, like, starting March, everything's crazy. Like, we've got maybe a month left when Doom comes out and Ori is on Xbox, and there's Minecraft Dungeons, which actually looks really good. It's like Diablo for Minecraft kind of thing. And so next month is when it starts for everything.
I'll be honest with you. I think there's going to be a sleeper game this year that people want. The minute that it gets announced, they're going to be ecstatic, but I really don't believe they think it's coming, and I think that's Mario Golf.
Ooh, good one.
I just really think that this thing...
Wouldn't that be incredible?
Well, first off, right, it's been, 8 years, 7
way
years,
too long.
Something like that? It's been a long time, right? They did such a great job with the 3DS version. It just makes sense that game hits, you know what I mean? So, part of me feels like that's going to get announced at E3. It's going to be one of them sleepers that, like, it's one of those ones that, like, you want it, you know when they announce it, you're going to be excited, but it's like you just don't know when it's going to come.
It is, and it's one of the games that they don't need to announce, like, 3 years in advance, or 2 years, or even, like, a year. No. It is something that, like, there's a lot of games in the Nintendo Pantheon that they could just go, like, you're going to get it now.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to get it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't see them going, you're going to get it now, but I could see them definitely going, like, here it is at E3, you're going to get it in September.
That's what I mean. Like, that, like, not necessarily like a stealth. I don't really believe in stealth drops for everything. Yeah. I don't think everything should get that, but, you know, I was looking at The Witcher, man. Not that this is really used for the voucher, but that cross save thing, did you see if you're playing on PC, you can play it on your Switch, and it'll pick up your save. You can just go back and forth. Yeah, man. I don't want to get into. I've said everything I need to say about cross save and cloud save and everything like that. But this is this is the thing, man. I have it on PC.
Yeah.
And I could just like, play it on the bus and then come back home.
They just did an upgrade to it too. Like they just did that,
they patched
update.
it.
They patched it and it looks better. Like, I'll be honest with you. I played it on stream it's probably now going on a month and a half ago, right?
Yeah.
Broke it out, started playing it, and like I thought it looked good then. Now I never played it before. So for me it was like that was my first set of eyes on it. Now, I'll be honest with you, going from PC back to Switch, it might hurt a little bit.
Could be a little jarring, yeah.
Might be a little jarring when you go back and forth. But for the most
But I'm in
part,
it for that, man. Like
yeah.
that's kind of the dream, being able to go back and forth and like cross save being done better than like CD Projekt Red. There's something special.
Yeah.
That is a special studio, and I kind of want to, like, I already have it in a couple places. Why not just buy it in one more spot? Just buy it on the Switch. That's the last place I don't have it.
You probably grab it on sale at this point, right?
Probably.
It's probably not even that expensive at this point. I'll tell you one game to stay away from.
Uh-oh. Is it this Warface game?
No.
Did you try that?
No.
Oh.
That actually looks pretty good.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I saw Jason Lacey was playing that. A bunch of others were playing.
That does look pretty good. Crash Team Racing.
I know! Dude, I've played it before. I don't think it's good at all.
Dude, that is a steaming pile of trash.
I know, dude. If
anything, Sean, was hot trash in the summer, that's it. Like, bro, the concept, good. It's kind of like a Diddy Kong Racing type thing. It's like kind of like an adventure thing.
That's an oversell for sure.
I'm just saying, in theory.
Oh, the adventure thing. Yeah.
The adventure side of it. Yeah. Load times? Holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Are you serious with this game? Like, it's on the Switch. It's not. This is. Please, people, stop telling me how great Crash games are. Please stop telling me how great these Crash games in the past are. Enough.
Yeah.
Stop listening to Kinda Funny. Stop listening to Tim Geddes and letting him brainwash you. This is garbage. Absolute. Oh, man.
I'm with you on this one, man.
I bought.
Dude.
And if you don't believe me, man, like it's
you got physical copy.
I got the physical copy
all out.
Biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake of my life. Man, like it just doesn't even feel good. Again, like I was talking to Toby last week about Super Lucky Tale.
Dude, I saw that. That was awesome.
It was fun. It was fun.
See him again. Yeah, it was fun.
So we're talking about it, right? We're talking about the game, and it was like one of the things we're like, hey man, Mario's way up here in terms of like jumping and all the mechanics of a Mario game. And like when you're doing platforming, that's where it is.
Yep.
Newsflash, people, that's where Mario Kart is too.
Yeah.
Way up here, right?
Yeah.
This game?
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Too bad. It's too bad there's carpet in here. You could have heard the crash on the ground.
Well, the thing is, I'm sorry, ma'am. Could you you throw that away? Go ahead.
Yeah, you could have hit that old lady. That almost like spilled her coffee over. Sorry about that.
It's I get a little emotional.
I can buy her a drink next time. Well, Crash is trash.
That's absolute. That's absolute.
You know what would be great would be to get a game that's like the Goat Simulator game that was just like this absolute disaster. Yeah. We should have like a Crash mascot simulator. So you play the part of like the guy from the old like Crash commercials where he's standing outside the Nintendo offices with the megaphone and everything. You play as that guy and you just go like wreck shop for that would be a better game.
You know what that reminds me of? That let's just call it what it is. You know what that reminds me of? That whole Crash thing. That guy remind me of going to Times Square and seeing Mickey Mouse. Like the most beat up, ugly looking Mickey Mouse in the world.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Hack jobs out the wazoo. And it's like, stop. Just stop.
I was thinking like Spider-Man. Like, yeah, they're like those terrible, they just buy like a costume set from the Halloween shop and they go run up and down Times Square.
Revisionist history is a wonderful thing, apparently.
Yeah. Are you buying another Switch, Bobby?
Sean.
Buying a nice pretty one? Just like, it matches my rosy cheeks.
So, this is my decision. This is what I'm doing. I am not pre-ordering it.
Okay. Very decisive.
But the day it launches, I will go into Best Buy. If it is on the shelf,
oh my God, of course
it is coming home with me. It'll be adopted and put up there with the rest of his brothers and sisters.
Okay, yep.
So it's just, it's one of the things. And the crazy thing is, this is how stupid I am.
Yeah.
I have the Animal Crossing one coming in March.
Yeah,
and man. I'm like, hey, April, here we go. I got to tell you this. This floored me yesterday. So, I've been posting all kinds of Animal Crossing videos. Like, I've been working like a maniac. Like, the old me is back. Like, I got videos 7 days a week going up. It's a madhouse, right? So I've been posting stuff on Facebook as well. And my brother yesterday replies to a video I posted and says, I love Animal Crossing. How can I play this game?
Yeah.
I didn't. Like,
you didn't even know this?
I had no idea.
Oh
like,
my God.
I knew that he played Animal Crossing with his kids. I just didn't know how much he liked it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I had bought my nephew and niece Switches for Christmas. And I was like, well, I guess you'll have to steal, Ashley and Tony's Switch. And he's like, well, how much does a Switch cost? So I gave him the two prices, $300 for the big one, $200 for the, because I bought both of them. Bought my nephew the big one. I bought my niece the light. And he's like, I guess I'm going to have to buy one. And I'm like, just floored that even came about. And I was like, okay,
it is in that trigger impulse. Like, I know, I like to make fun of you and stuff like in the collection, but like behind me are all my 3DSs, and they're pretty much just like they're pretty close to that price of
same price. They're both $199.
Kind of like pretty close. Like yeah, man, a couple $100. Like for sure, there was some of those special editions were. I mean, the Majora's Mask special edition wasn't cheap. Like that was the first new 3DS.
And that came with the game too, so that was a little bit more pricey. Yeah.
That's sweet. Well, maybe you and your brother can hang out. You guys can be on your island and stuff like that.
No, he can't come to my house. He can't come to my house.
Well, what's the deal? You can have like a trusted friend, or just friends.
That's really cool.
I mean, it totally makes sense. That's what we would do.
I had been calling for this a long time ago, right? And I was like, it would be so cool with Nintendo if I could cater off my list. Like, you can come in and you can cut down trees and you can do whatever you want to do. But I don't trust you. If you remember, I did a video like a year ago where I even said, like, I can let Sean come in and do whatever he wanted to do. But Bad Bit would not be able to come in.
Yeah, Bad Bit's no good.
And like Alex Van Aken could come in and do whatever he wanted to do.
He's talented.
But it's like, they did that. They basically made it where, hey, your friends list is this. And like, you get to, and here's the thing. They did like 3 or 4 options with the friends. I love it. I can either let my entire friends list in, right? And then when they come in, they can't do anything. But in the actual Animal Crossing friends list, you can make them best friends. And then that's when they come in and they can do whatever they want to do. So that's number one.
Could I, like, let's say that I don't have, like, all the time in the world like everybody else. Like, could my entire gameplay of Animal Crossing be, like, on your... Could I spend my entire time on your island? Is that a thing? Or do I have to, like, go in... Do I have to do the whole, like, you're online so I can go online at the same time? Or can I go there?
You can't just show up when you want. That's the one
thing.
So
you have to be the leader. Like, I saw the leader and the follower thing.
No. That's a little different. That's if you're... The leader, the follower is for if you're all playing on the same console. So if you, Chelsea, Lincoln, and Ellie started to play together, right? One of you would be the leader, and the other ones would be the followers.
And it's just a single screen. We've all got to like literally follow around.
And if Link runs off to where he is, you could be like no, and pull him back to you. You know, you hit a button, he like flies.
Just like
back
real life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, don't get hit by that car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
like if you made it till 3 years old, that'd be great.
Yeah, and what we're doing, it would be. It's an online thing. I have to open my gates to say, hey, I want people to come in. But the one thing that I love about it that they did was, as a streamer, someone that streams stuff, I just don't want everybody coming in. I actually play Minecraft offline all the time because I don't want people just showing up in my world and, like, doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I'm building my world the way I'm building my world. I don't want people coming and doing what I want to messing with it. What I like about it is, if I'm streaming, dude, when I'm doing Mario Kart nights, I'm just adding people.
Right.
I don't know who a good portion of those people are. I don't know what they're going to do when they come into town. But I can actually go, hey, I'm streaming. I want this person to come into my town. I can hide my screen, create a code. They call it a dodo code. You take that code, you give it to that person. When you open the gates, only that person can come into your town. Because I love that.
And is that like a one-time access thing, or like could you give like because I could see you and Rybo, for example, like I could see him like really maintaining your island for you.
Yeah,
like he's got it, like he's a rancher. he's like some might call him a farmer, but he's more of a rancher really. And I love the alliteration, of course. But like, could he like spend his whole time, or is it like on a per access basis? Like you'd have to like go, hey Bobby, I want in.
I have to open up the gates
every single time, even though he's he's your friend.
They just
gotcha.
Every time you have to open the gates. It's not an online all the time game. It's not like Minecraft, where Minecraft is online all the time. You have to shut it off.
That makes sense.
This is a little different because the in the heart of Animal Crossing, it is a single player experience, but it is fun when you open it up and you allow your friends to come to the town and do stuff.
It would just be cool for us all to like work together on like one place, like Guru Island.
It would be kind of cool. I mean,
right?
I have so many Switches. I'm not getting rid of my original Switch.
I know.
So like, it could actually be where like I have one. The gist of it is what I stream is going to be my island, but I can easily be like, hey guys, tonight we're just going to create a new island, and you guys can all come in and do what you want to do, and we can all just hang out and play games and do something like that. Would be pretty awesome. To be
what was the thing that you liked most from the direct though?
Oh, the terraforming, dude.
Yeah, I know. I saw you just lost your mind, man. Like, what in the world?
How man, that is like that's every Animal Crossing fan's dream, and like they gave us the game we didn't even know we wanted. Nobody saw it coming. It was like right out of left field, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. Like, I literally was speechless because I didn't see that coming at all. Like, I had seen like a lot of the stuff that they were doing coming. I like the paths, like there's multiple things. Also, you could actually, this was the most ingenious thing I never saw coming as well. The fact that I can use my phone, the phone app that they're going to have, which is similar to like the Splatoon app and all that stuff that they have, scanning QR codes.
I know.
Which crazy. Are patterns, and then it just transfers to the Switch. And then the other crazy thing that blew me away was the fact that, like, I know that it's not the most opportune way to talk, but, you know, maybe you don't want your kids talking to people, you know? Maybe you don't really want voice chat with strangers. You could text on your phone, and it goes in the game.
That is amazing.
I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome, you know?
Yeah.
So it's, you know, because the thing of it is with Animal Crossing, in a couple weeks, I'm doing a Breaking Bells episode with a kid named Jeffrey Mahoney, right? I met this kid when he was 15 years old in City Folk. And what happened?
Oh, wow.
And what happened was they had the We Speak, where you kind of just go in and you can talk to everybody that's in the area. And me and him, we both had gone to an acquaintance's town, and him and I hit it off, right? So we exchanged friend codes. We literally played that game every single day together for months.
That's sweet.
We became Facebook friends.
Yeah.
When he finally was old enough to get Facebook, and like we remained friends all this time.
That's cool.
So he's excited about this game, but it's amazing that it's like almost 15 years ago that we met.
That's just crazy. Like, he's a 30-year-old man.
He's in his 30s now. Yeah, it's crazy.
No way.
I
guess so. God, time flies. Yeah, you're talking about the Wii.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, it was like, so the fact that like I can get it, because there's a moment in this history of him and I where I'm playing with him, and the Wii Speak was you could just hear the voices. You know what I mean? Like anybody could walk in a room and hear who you're talking to. His mom walks in the room, and she's like, "Who are you playing with?
What's that? Yeah.
Who are you playing with?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Bobby."
That's the Nintendo Guru.
She's like, "Who's Bobby?" And I'm like, how you doing, man? She's, "You realize that you're playing with a 15-year-old boy?" And I'm like, "I do, ma'am." And I said, I know that I play a game that kids play, and I like it. But she was very she was very cautious. Like, hey, now her and I are friends. And, and I got to flip the script on her because she's about 10, 15 years older than me. And we were playing Facebook games one time. And she's messaged me, asked me for all this stuff. I said, "Do you remember that time that you questioned me playing with Jeffrey?" I said, "The roles kind of reversed, didn't it?" She's like, "Yes, they have, and I am so sorry for that."
You know what though, man? Like, she's right to do that. Like,
oh,
and
absolutely.
I think like, yeah, like, of course.
Absolutely.
Especially, like, I mean, that's how we were all raised. Like, don't talk to strangers on the internet. But, like, you never know when you're going to be podcasting with them 15 years later on a show called Breaking Bells.
This is true. And it's going to be so much fun. But here's the thing I wanted to talk to you about real quickly. Because, you know, I got to leave in a few minutes here. But anyway.
God, man,
I know.
I feel like I just got to see you. And
I know. But, man.
That's fine. I got stuff to do.
You know that this is going to be controversy, right? You know that this whole thing is going to blow up and be this crazy thing. Breath of the Wild 2, they're talking about that you could play as Zelda. And it's right now, the rumor is that her, if you notice her in the trailer, her hair is short. Yeah. And the idea behind that is it's so that she can wear the same outfits that Link wears in the game, and they don't have to change the outfits and do a lot of work to changing the outfits. But you know that if Nintendo doesn't make this an actual option,
because now we've made it a thing.
The internet is going to explode. Like, even if they're not even thinking about this right now, like if this was never on their radar, like they were just I think
it's touchy no matter what. If they do it or they don't do it, the internet will explode. Like one camp or the other will just go,
that's what I'm saying.
The SJW's got what they want. Now you can play as a woman in my Zelda games. Like maybe they'll call it Link. They can't put it because this is still Breath of the Wild or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. They need to do like actually that's what Adventures of Link should have been. Should have been about Zelda. They should just flip the switch on it.
That would have been funny.
Really? Do you want to play as Zelda?
I just don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to play the game. I don't care. Like this is my true God's honest belief. I don't care about narratives of the real world pushing in.
Right.
I play video games to escape all that. Mm-hmm. So if the person that's making the game says to me, hey, I feel like this is an experience for you to experience playing as a woman, then I play that game as a woman and it's fine. If they say to me, this is an experience that you have to be a man, then I'm a man and it is what it is. I know that's not the popular opinion, but at the end of the day, like I play the games to escape what's going on in the real world. And I just want to play the game. That's it. If they say to me, now what I would ultimately love is if they treated it like a Last of Us, where Joel and Ellie, like Zelda is your companion partner, and then like maybe maybe at the beginning of the game, what they do is they give you the option: do you want to be Link or do you want to be Zelda? And then that person is your companion the entire time. And as you're going through stuff, there they are. They're talking to you. They're because that's what I loved about Last of Us. Like even though you were playing alone, you were never really alone.
Well, that was very surprising too. Spoilers for Last of Us on a Nintendo podcast, but like you play as Ellie for a little bit. Yeah. Like it switches over where like Joel, you can't continue on for a bit. And like to me, the interesting thing for Zelda is that like she gives that chance for you to have a completely different experience than with Link, because Link has always been like the shell of a character. Is supposed to be like us, like playing him, the hero of time. Like, but Zelda's a character. Zelda is, especially in this world, like she has a path and she's made decisions, and she's a fully realized character that you could play with voice acting and decisions, and like it could be a completely different game that you play as Zelda's protagonist, and then have Link gallivanting off and doing his own thing. Like I don't see it as like a gender swap or a skin swap or anything like that. I think it's like complete, like it's a totally different character, totally different play style, which would be really that's what I would be excited for, to play as Zelda. I don't want to just play as Zelda and like you have the same weapons and like her hair's shorter so that you can use like the same thing. Like that would be fine. It would still be Breath of the Wild. Yeah. But like if you're gonna have like a Zelda playable for the first time, like take advantage of the fact that she has connections, she has relationships around her like that matter. Yeah. And Zelda or Link usually comes in and just kind of like saves the day. Yeah. Right. And he hops and he has all over the place. But that would be really cool. That's
the thing for me. If they do make Zelda the lead, man, let her talk to people.
Let her talk. Yeah, man.
Like enough of this nonsense of the mute protagonist. Like I'm so sick of it.
That would be so cool.
And I don't know if I talked to you about this or I talked to somebody else about this, but my biggest issue with Link not talking is you are hurting yourself from so many special projects. How are you going to do a Zelda movie? How are you going to do a Zelda TV show? How are you going to do anything besides playing this game as someone that doesn't talk?
You give him a tagline. Excuse me, princess.
But you're not going to say that for 2 hours in a movie.
I know, right?
You're not going to say that for if you did like a television. Like, what if they were to decide?
I'm just saying that was a cartoon.
I know. But like, if you were to turn around like and do like a Witcher on Netflix type thing, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's the people that are in the camp of like he's not allowed to talk. You need to stop and let go of that because you're cheating yourself of so much more. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe that. I feel like we're in a world right now where we're getting a Mario movie. We just got a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, a Detective Pikachu movie, like all this stuff. You are cheating yourself of so much greatness that is happening around you right now because you're so stuck on this guy's not supposed to talk because his voice might not be the way you want it to be. Stop. Like, it's going to be okay. You know, it hurts me so much to know that we're this close to getting something really super special. Like, man, I'm sorry, but if you were to give me a 10-episode animated show, like on Netflix or whatever, on Hulu Plus or whatever you want to put out there, like you were to give me that, oh my God, I'd be ecstatic. Like, it's one of our it's one of 90% of people that you talk to, I believe, go, it's one of my favorite franchises. Of course. And like, if that's the way it is, you wouldn't want more? Like, I'm sorry. I would eat it up, man. I'd be like, just give me so much more of this. I would say, like, I think that I would, but I'm not, like, clamoring for it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need it in my life. Like, no. I don't know. Like, I think that side of things is kind of interesting. And on the Mario movie, like, they're making it cool. I'm looking forward to how that looked like, but I've never really been needing that out of Mario. I don't think anybody really needs it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do we really need anything that we get? You know?
Yeah.
But it's like, once you get it, it's like, oh man, this just improved my life. Like, I'm so happy that I got this now. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so different than, I mean, you say what people can say what they want, but like the whole Marvel universe, cinematic universe, like, that's actually a good example. Like, when they started, like, we're gonna do an Iron Man movie. And then, like, the rumblings started to come out, like, hey, this is going to become this gigantic thing. Nobody knew that Iron Man movie would lead to something massive. And now it's like everybody's enthralled. Like, every single movie they put out, because it's connected, you have to watch, and it becomes this big event. And like, come on, dude, you got people that before an Avengers movie come out, they go back and do the Avengers watch, and they watch every single episode or every single movie leading up, and it's like, you just don't know you want it till you get it. And then once you get it, you're like, how in the world did I live without this? It's like, this is really fantastic. And I feel it's great for me because I don't like to read. Like, I don't like to, I never got into comics, so it does all the work for me. It just does like that translation of like script and like, and everything's like storyboarded out, like with the panels and everything. It's perfect. I love being able to see like some of those great iconic shots in the movies, and you're like, that was like a cover of this or that. Like, especially in like Civil War, some of those really iconic moments was really cool. And I don't know that. I mean, you could probably do that. Maybe that's what the video games need, is just a couple of those nods. Like, this was from this game. This shot was from this game. There's always a moment in every single Zelda game where Link pulls the Master Sword out. It was so cool to actually see that. And like, this is happening. Like, I don't know, man. That's just me. Like, that's just the part of me that goes, I feel like we're being, like, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Samus movie. You know what I mean? Like, I think that could be, I mean, that's basically Aliens. You know what I mean? But like, that would be kind of cool to see like a television series or something. That's the thing. Like, I'm kind of over movies in terms of like, I just want longer stories. You know what I mean? Like, something that really means something that fleshes out. So, I don't know. All right, man. All right, so I gotta go. Joe? Is it Joe again? He just texted me. He said he's going to be late. So I can't wait for this guy. Like, this is ridiculous. Guy's not a very good friend. I know. The guy's like, hey, man. I'm like, so when he gets here, just tell him whatever. Tell him. Okay. Tell him I had to go. It's good to see you, man. You too. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to A Cuppa Joe Nintendo, a production of the You, Me, and Capri Patreon. If you like the show, you can support them at patreon.com, You, Me, Capri. A Cuppa Joe Nintendo is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and all of your other podcast services. Be sure to follow Bobby at Nintendo Gurus on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. For everything that Sean does on the internet, follow him on Twitter at Sean Capri. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Also, twitch.tv Sean Capri. That is all. Peace out, Preston.